Hello guys, this is part 2 of the Battle of Gergovia, fought 52 BC between the Romans led by Julius Caesar and the Gauls led by Vercingetorix, who is not yet in play. He's outside of the map here, waiting for the Gauls to get a leadership card which would allow him to enter here on the flank. So we have seen a lot of action with the Gauls getting in the reinforcements, that they have a cluster of units that managed to go in here and attack the Romans on the flank, who were pressing towards the main line of the city defenses here. Managed to make them retreat, destroyed 2 units. 1 unit's in really bad position. The leaders has fled back here. He will probably be back on 1 unit soon. But the Romans need to muster once more. I mean, they have a lot of troops still. There's no panic in that sense. But they need to muster and set up a new line to try to break the defenses here once more before Vercingetorix gets into play, because then it will get hard. This flank will be really hard hit, I believe. So the Romans need to do that. They had the 10th Legion, more legionaries up here, and they have a cluster of legions, or at least 2 of them, plus 2 warrior units, which I believe are Aedui tribesmen, ready to attack. So we still have the power to do that as the Roman player. So let's see if they manage to make 1 more successful assault up there. The main goal, of course, to get these camp hexes, but also reach the city defenses themselves in the end. It's a long struggle, and it will be hard to break the first line, of course, fighting uphill, but we'll see how that goes. And the Romans go next. We can also mention that we have a Gallic unit, also a Roman unit here in only 1 strength, so we might get a banner from that pretty soon, and the Romans would try to get these guys back, I believe. So let's see what they can play. That's a D or E, so that would be I am Spartacus, or coordinated attack, which I think is pretty okay. We could... I really need to get that guy away, but then... At the same time, I want to destroy this unit. I think I need to do that anyway. So I'm going to play the coordinated attack anyway. So I will then... Let's just attack here then in the left section. In the center, I will... What should we do in the center? Should we just fire? We need to get the units up. We cannot rely on firing on those guys. It would be cool to weaken the line before we attack, of course, but... let's just get the guys in line. So this will be the center thing. I could throw the Pila here, if these guys survive that attack. And on the right, we'll bring in 1 more legionary unit into our main line of attack forces. So they are kind of building up the next line for the attack. So here we're going to attack with 4 dice. We need 1 hit. We got it. So these guys are dead, and we get the Roman second banner evening out to 2-2. We will not gain ground. So there will be no Pila throw from Julius Caesar, and then that's it for the first turn. Then we have the Gauls. Tactics card or lowest order count. We don't have any tactics card, so we need to opt for 2 units left or 2 units center. So I think... let's start bringing up the cavalry then. So I'm going to play 2 units left. 1, 1, 2, 3. We're gonna hide in the woods. 1, 2. Maybe we go there. We cannot retreat up there. That's bad, but we can. I cannot evade really here. But there's no units that threatens me now, you know. I think we can get the time to get ourselves out from there if Roma starts drifting in that direction for some reason. Of course, they could start moving up their cavalry and then charge us. Maybe this is not too good. We need to leave an evasion path, so let's put them there. Okay, that's it. So not much happening there. Then we have the Romans again. A or B? Mount the charge. Nope. Double time. Ooh. This is interesting. We could hit them now. Let's try to do that. So it would be 4 units in a cluster. We're gonna order these units here, and we will now charge. So double time it is. Remember, we have a Spartacus card. We could continue then on with if we can get that activated. So Caesar will place himself in the center. And these guys will go here. These guys will go here. So we start with the left-hand section. We're going to attack up the hill there. So let me see now. We get uphill is 2 dice, but we have leader support. That's 1 hit and a flag. They can ignore the flag. They will. So they're going to battle back with 3 dice. Getting 1 hit on the legionaries. Then we have these guys. They will try to weaken the warrior unit there. 2 dice. Leader support. Giving us 1 hit. But they're still wearing full strength. They're going to... it's 3 dice anyway, downhill. That's no hits. Really good. So now Caesar will try to make a kind of a bridgehead here, if you can call it that, up the hill. Attacking that weakened unit. That will be 2 dice, but Caesar will give us the 3rd dice in the attack. We need 1 hit. Yeah. There's 2 hits. So we kill that auxiliary unit and make a break in the line. We get the Roman banner for that. We have 3-2. Caesar is now rushing in and we'll battle those guys. And now we have 3 dice from hill to hill and then another die because we have Caesar with us. So 4 dice against that warrior unit. We got 0 hits, a bad roll by Romans there. They have a hard time climbing the hill and trying to wheel towards these guys, even this is the 10th Legion. So they're gonna now battle back with 3 dice. This is interesting. And they managed to get 1 hit on the Romans. So one of these 10th Legionary units is down for... Oh, I forgot to move this unit. I'm gonna just move it up here. And we're gonna check if Caesar survived. That would be something if he fell here, right? He's good, no problems. So that's interesting. He managed to make a break in the lines, and he's threatening that camp hex now. So they need to repair the situation here now. That's for sure. There are other things the Gauls would like to do. They would like to hit here, of course, getting the banner for it. Yeah, I mean, it's a really easy banner, but this is cool. So we're gonna see heavy fighting. The Romans will not give up that position too easy. They want to pour in more troops there in that gap, you know, and they want to have the battle on the hill, not up the hill, basically. Okay, that's interesting. Let's see what the Gauls can answer with. They can answer with a tactics card or lowest order count. We only have 1 card up, so let's see what we have in slot A. Okay, so that will be 2 in the center or 3 left. We need to play center to be able to answer here. So 2 units in the center it will be. Actually, we need to play that because that's the lowest order count. We cannot even play that one. Okay. Question is, what should we do? 2 in the center. We need to get some guys here in the camp. We cannot give that up for free. We could rush in with these guys and then we can also battle, you know. And then attack with the warriors. I think we're gonna do that. So these guys will rush into that camp instead. And then we'll try to attack Caesar's gang. I think we want to try to get them down the hill or kill off as many as possible. So let me see now, who should we start with? Let's start with these guys. They will get, normally they will get 4 dice, but since we are battling out from, this is also a hill. Let me see now. We have hill to hill is 3 dice from the beginning. And since we also are on a camp on a hill, we will lose 1 more battle die, battling out from a camp. So that's only 2 dice. So the question is, should we start with those or should we start with those guys who get 3 dice? Maybe we should. Let's start with those guys instead. That's 3 dice. So that's no hits at all. Bad roll by the Gauls. Caesar will fight back with 4 dice. Getting 1, 2, 3 hits. Oh, these guys go down. And they did no hits on Caesar's unit. Got another Roman victory banner, 4-2. But I will still do the attack even though it's only 2 dice. Let's see now. Yes, that's good. We got a hit. It's good to wear down these heavies. And we're gonna check Caesar. Ooh, starting to get close. But Caesar will now battle back. Let's see. He has 3 dice. Hill to hill, 4 dice. Oh, I need to check the rules for that camp again. I forgot about it. Let's see. There it is. So there's no restriction on the number of dice thrown actually. So he will get 4 dice, but these guys will ignore, they can ignore 1 flag and 1 sword symbol. There's the sword symbol. We ignore that, but we need to take that hit. But we are holding our ground here, so we are standing in the camp still. Oh, the tiles start to, there's an earthquake happening in Gaul right now. The mountain moves. Okay, something like that. Not too good. We managed to get 1 block. I had hoped to get 1 more at least from that attack, but they missed completely. That was bad. So Romans are still holding their ground, and they even have another gap here now they could exploit. And it's the Romans who go next. D or E? Spartacus or 3 right over here. I need to continue here, so I'm going to play the Spartacus card. We roll 5 dice. Let's see what we have. These guys are dummies. So we got 1 medium, 1 light, and 1 of our choice. And 1 of our choice will be, let's see now, let's take these for the mediums. The lights could be these guys. And the 1 of our choice will be, starting to get a bit hairy up here. Let's take Caesar then. So these guys move up here. I'm a bit concerned it's only 2 blocks over here, and these guys I would need to come in here. So these guys will not move, so I'm gonna fire against... Yeah, it needs to be that guy, of course. But I get 3 dice because I played the Spartacus card. No effect. Then, should we attack that one or not? Or should we widen the flank a bit? Let's try to attack these guys here. And I start with the legionaries. So those guys get 3 dice plus 1 for the I am Spartacus card, and they have leader support. They ignore the first sword symbol and may ignore the first flag. There's no of those, but we rolled 3 leader symbols. So Caesar is really leading the adjacent unit, killing this unit in 1 blow. Can you believe that? So we got the 5th banner for the Romans. And these guys can enter the first camp. So Caesar then will attack that auxiliary unit there. Let's see now. So we got 3 dice from the start. Then we got 1 because we have Caesar, and we got 1 because we have the I am Spartacus card. So we actually will fight with 5 dice hill to hill. Can you believe that? Amazing. And these guys are not supported. But we rolled no flags. We rolled 2 hits. That's not super good, to be honest, with 5 dice and Caesar with us. So they are holding the ground even and battle back with 3 dice. Killing yet one more of these heavies. And we need to check Caesar once again. Getting more and more close now to his demise. He need to move now. That's for sure. And the Gauls would need to get these guys off. Okay, it's not catastrophe if they lose 1 of these camps, but they cannot afford to remove 1 more, because then the Romans will get yet another victory banner for that. So starting to get critical. Also, these guys could start moving towards, I mean, the city walls themselves. That will also gain them a victory banner. So the Gauls are starting to sense a bit of panic. And the problem is Vercingetorix is not heard of. He's somewhere. we don't know where. This is crazy. But let me see now. That was the Roman turn. So let's see what the Gauls can answer with. They have a bit of a problem. A or B for the Gauls. 3 units left, which is, well, they could get some units over here, of course. Or 3 units right. Okay, they could activate this cluster now. And that could be a blessing, because now we could kill Caesar. Yeah, I'm gonna play 3 on the left. These guys will go here. These guys will go here. These guys will... Or should we take out that guy? I think we need to give these guys some leader support. I'm gonna go here. Okay. Here we go. So these guys will start attacking Caesar with 3 dice, and we have leader support. That's the hit we needed. Great job there. So we got the 3rd banner. Now we're gonna check Caesar with only 1 die. He's good. He's gonna relocate to the 2nd unit on the 10th Legion. These guys could gain ground. They will. Then we have this attack. That's 3 dice and leader support. 0 hits. So they will battle back with 4. Bad roll there by the Gauls. And they got destroyed in the counterattack of the Romans bam, they just clashed in the shields of the scutum of the Romans there. The Romans get the victory banner, and we need to check this guy now with 1 die. Oh, things are not going too well now over there. So that's a flag, so he could retreat. He goes back here, and we have these guys left to do. So we could attack with 3 dice here and have leader support. I'm gonna do that. That would be, they ignore that, but 1 hit. They will battle back. These are kind of isolated here now. They will battle back with 2 dice. It will be 3 normally, but it's... Oh, I should have reshuffled the deck, by the way. Let's do that after this one. So that's 3 dice. I mean, before I replace the card, we need to reshuffle. So it's 2 dice actually in that attack. And we got 1 hit because these are auxiliaries. And then we're gonna check that leader with 2 dice. He's good, but that was close. And that's it. Oh my. This is intense. Okay, guys, I think... Before I place the card, I said we need to reshuffle. So I'm gonna do that. And I think I will actually end the session here, and we'll play the last part. I think we'll see the ending in the next session. So I'll reshuffle, make everything ready for the next session, and then let's continue from there. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you will be back for part 3 of the Battle of Gergovia. Thanks for now. Bye-bye. Hi there, this is part 3 of the Battle of Gergovia, fought 52 BC between Caesar and Vercingetorix, who's still not in play. The Gauls have failed to get a leadership card, which they badly need to get the reinforcements, because their right-hand flank has really been destroyed. Actually, Romans don't have a big right-hand, or in their eyes, a left-hand flank. So this section is quite empty. The Romans has managed to capture one of these camp hexes here. I think we're going to remove that and replace that actually with a hill hex, because it's hill underneath. So I'm going to do that before I start playing the game. We had the Romans in a lead 6-3. We're going to play T8 banners, if you remember. And, well, this has been one of the most intense battles so far. It's just a lot of things happening. In the beginning of the last session, if you remember, the Gauls had a pretty nice line, felt a bit good here, you know, they could defend this line, but the Romans managed to pull through double time, doing a big attack from the foot of the hill, managing to break a hole here with Caesar and pouring in troops, eventually managing to rush through and capture one of these camp hexes here. Pretty amazing. The Gauls, I don't know what they can answer with. Their good units are starting to die off. Most of the warriors are gone. We have one unit still here, and of course we have 2 with Vercingetorix not yet in play, that they desperately need to attack here to move the focus from this area to here and win some banners from here, I believe. They could even threaten these camp hex if the Romans don't tend to that attack. Given also that the Romans will get some reinforcements if these guys enter the play. But anyway, so let's see what we can do as the Gallic player. We need to defend at least a second of these camps here, otherwise the Romans will get yet another banner from those. And the Romans go next, so these guys could actually march in here already this turn. If these guys get activated, that would be bad. If they can hold out in that, then they will get the banner for it. So we'll see about that. But I will now just fetch another hill hex, and then we replace that one. And let's see what the Romans can play after that. Just a sec. Okay, here we go. So I replaced this tile with a hill, remove that, but we don't get the banner for it yet. But the Romans go next, and these guys could actually march on to the next one. It's a bit isolated unit here, but if you can manage to hold out one turn there, that's a big win. That's a C or lowest order count. So lowest order count will be 3 units here right now, so we cannot play that. So we need something in the center. That's 2 on the right hand side, so we cannot do that. But 2 on the right is perhaps good as well. We could order those guys. We're gonna get those up the hill, and we're gonna... I will order these guys as well. So these guys will, let me see now, that was, yeah, 2 on the right. By the way, I have shuffled the deck, if you remember, from last session. We played I Am Spartacus, so we had to reshuffle the deck. So these guys will just attach with those guys. These guys will march up and battle that Auxilia for 3 dice. Needing 1 hit. We got it. They're just dying now, so we have... Hold on, we have 7 banners. 1 more and the game is over. And now I'm gonna check these guys with 1 die. Okay, he died. That was Critignatus. Okay, so he died, giving the Romans the 8th banner, ending the game. So, yeah, I will for sure attach this session to the last one. This was so short. I didn't foresee this to happen. That was a quick ending. Thanks to Critignatus, well, he fought with his warriors to the end there, so all glory to him, but it also meant kind of a odd ending to this battle, though. So what to say? Well, I enjoyed this immensely because this was specced with action from the start, really. What bothers me is, of course, Vercingetorix not entering the battle. That's an anticlimax. Of course, they would have need him to attack here. It's always these, I mean, playing with a solo system, I think it's a bit less of a probability that these special rules will trigger. You know, if I would have played a normal hand with 5 cards, there's a bigger chance, I believe, and we can choose from any of these 5 cards, that we would get him into play quite soon. But let's just check if they... Okay, here we have it. Inspire Leftlich. Okay, so that would have brought it into play. Let's see if they have any more of these. 2 heavies, that's crazy on those side. And a counter attack, okay. But they had these coming, so we should have seen Vercingetorix in play pretty soon. But that didn't happen this time. He was busy outside of the map fighting Romans there, so in this alternate history, Gergovia had to, you know, fight alone against the Romans, and they failed with that. Not that the city itself fell, or even no banners dealt from the camps, but they just took too much losses. Especially when Critignatus cluster his kind of core coming from here, they are just eliminated totally, and himself as well a casualty, making this a disaster, of course, for these guys. So I wonder what would have happened here. The Romans probably would have slowly grinding up here, maybe even taking control of the city. Vercingetorix maybe arriving too late to the scene to affect the conquest of the camps below the city or on the hills outside the city walls, and also maybe the city walls themselves. So that's it. And we saw no cavalry fight over here, and to be honest, not much happening here at all. We have a Roman block loss here, a Gallic over here. We have seen some skirmish happening, the cavalry approaching, but nothing else than that. So, and all is quiet along the Roman camps here. So all happened over here and in the center, but that's okay. That was cool. I liked it. It was I liked the action-packed thing happening here. That was cool. Yeah, that's it, I believe. Congratulations to Gaius Julius Caesar. He's this went more well than in history for him, that's for sure. So by that, I think we are done, as I said, with the Gallic Wars, and we will probably... I wonder what the next topic will be. We have the Civil Wars, of course, coming up. The Triumvirate, you know, will not be too... I mean, Crassus is, of course, dead, but we have Pompey and Caesar not going too well together in the end. With Caesar approaching back to Italy and Pompey being kind of the champion of the Senate. And these will explode in a civil war on many fronts along the Mediterranean. That's going to be cool to see. But I'm not sure if that's actually what's coming up right now. I think we have also some battles down in Africa. That might be the next ones, perhaps. We'll see about that. Anyway, again, I enjoyed it, and great victory for the Romans, 8-3. Throughout the Gallic Wars, the Romans have dominated. But I think if looking at the statistics on commandsandcolors.net page, you can see the statistics of the battles. I mean, these battles are so Roman, you know, aligned to the Roman side. I mean the victory count of the battles on the statistics there. So the Romans should win more or less each and every battle. This is a bit different, since this actually should be a Gallic victory, but not in this alternate history. Anyway, again, thanks guys, and see you in the next one, whatever that might be. And there's also a chance I actually might play something else in between the next battle. Let's see about that. So until next time, thanks and bye-bye.